Week 26, the half year anniversary to my goal of making $1 million in 5 years. I got now like 234 more weeks to make this million. Currently, my financial position is not strong. I took off some weeks from work, but I just want to give an overview of what's going on, what I have been doing, and where I'm looking at going. I started this series in the middle of last year. I was working at a job and renting a place that didn't add up. I had pretty much the cheapest single apartment or unit or whatever in Santa Fe, and I had, I would say, reasonable labor wages, and it was impossible to sustain myself off of that. And so I needed to make a big change. I left that place, I left that job. It was a little bit stressful, but in the process, I live in a nicer place. It's cheaper for me. I've created cheaper renting situation for 3 other people, maybe 4 other people. And for work, I now make more money, feel more valued at the job I'm currently at. And so that has been a step in the right direction. Money still doesn't look like it's going to come to $1 million. I have to get, clever or improvise or put in some more work. It was hard for me often to want to plug into a system that I didn't feel was supportive to who I am, to what I want to be. And I don't know if I can articulate it completely perfectly, but what's the point of finishing my engineering degree if that's what I was going to do and plug into a system that I don't feel passionate about? I mean, where does this world sit in general? We measure everything based off economic numbers, and that's how we put value into things. It's I don't know, there didn't seem like a richness to it. And do I want to support this world? And it was a little bit existential, But through this year, I found more meaning and purpose, and I started this goal. I made an intention to put efforts forth to live a good life, to build a family, to make money, and to be able to make a positive change on top of that, to completely accept where I'm at and do the best with what I have. And I have a lot. I have a lot of potential. I have a lot of good people around me. I have a lot of potential resources that I'm sure I'm not even totally aware of. So I found my purpose. I found my reason to stay here and keep going, and that feels good. I want to share with you some New Year's resolutions. For those of you who've been to the channel for a while, I make wooden rattles and try and sell them. If you didn't know that, now you do. They take a long time to make. So one of my New Year's resolutions is to create a jig for this rattle, which will allow me to make them more quickly. And it involves this here, which is a router, and teaming that router up with a lathe. Another thing that I want to do as I create wooden things, I want to create a jig for a wooden toy for kids as well. I'm welcome to any open suggestions. I'm thinking something simple like blocks, a play car, a rocking horse, that sort of thing. Essentially, I want to create a system to be able to create these more quickly. My other goal is to run a sub 50 in the 400 meters. I have some good resources of people I can reach out to, and I have 4 weeks of a training plan set up right now. For my own relationship goals, I'm really searching to find what I want, and one of my goals is to ask out, and not because I use dating apps, but it's to ask out 10 girls without a dating app. Unless I get a girlfriend prior to that, then I won't be asking girls out, but it's to find more clarity, and I want to turn it into a tangible goal. And so that's how it is. It's to ask out 10 girls in person this year. Submit for a contractor's license to be a residential contractor in the state of New Mexico. I need 24 months. I have 16 months or 14 months of signed affidavits. And then and then it's still up to the discretion of like the contract licensing people. Attend 10 farmers market is my next goal, or another one of my New Year's resolutions. Attend 12, and at those farmers markets I sell like rattles, some wooden furniture, and some laser engraving drawings that I've been working on. It is one goal. Another goal is to do an MDMA assisted therapy. I've been doing them probably like once or twice a year for like probably like since I was 24, and they've been pretty helpful for me, so I'm gonna keep doing that. Do a planned vacation. I can work really hard, but I want to take a deliberate chance to take a vacation, and I want to do that on my birthday, so team those things up. Publish another book. I write children's stories, but I want to write another one. And then pursuing things that I'm curious about. I want to, last year I took acting classes, and this year I want to audition for at least 2 roles. I think it's fun, so we'll see. And for bonus content, I'm working on changing my perspective on life this year. That's easier said than done. I'm working on slowing down and on seeing the connections in life. A lot of times things seem disconnected, and that can render them like more meaningless. But I want to see how all these things I'm working on can come together in a more meaningful and bigger way. I love pursuing the sports goals. I love pursuing the business goals. I'm learning to enjoy the dating process, but all of these things, like, they all build on each other, and trying to work to see how they all connect. When I work out, I have more mental clarity, become physically more fit, and that bleeds into my work life. That makes me more like vibrant, more attentive, all of those things. And what I do for work, I'm building a base to where at some point, and I have already a little bit, but I can help provide good work for other people. I can provide labor for employees, so I can create good jobs and connect jobs to people who need work done. Those are potentials. All of that comes together in some sort of way, and I want to try and see that to give me like more of a, how do you call it, like more substance and like love and connection to everything that I do. From when I wake up and go to the gym, it's not like I'm just doing this gym thing to make a gains goal, but it's bigger than that. And everything, every little thing, how it's connected into a greater good. That's what I'm going to be working on, because all of the little things matter. And then my last New Year's resolution, which I didn't add, it is to go to bed and wake up intentionally. So for these last 4 days of the New Year's, whenever I woke up, I didn't check my phone. I started with 10 push-ups, 10 squats, and 20 sit-ups. And then, it sounds kind of cliche or cheesy, but I look in the mirror and I say, I love you, Arvin. I think it's a good way to start the day. And then every evening, I need to work on the evening one because I don't have one set in stone, but it's to basically do like simple movements and stretches before going into bed, just to be intentional. Yep, that's it. Thank you for watching. Stay tuned. I think a lot of exciting things are going to be coming this year. It'll be exciting regardless, whether bad things happen, good things happen, I'm here for the ride, and hopefully you are too, for your own. And I hope you can enjoy watching my process too. Like and subscribe helps a lot, and have a good one. Peace.